These are our national food reserve food storage, where the government of Malawi keep food for Malawians, in most cases to assist during hunger. In 2002, however, we had an experience where the World Bank and international donors advised the government to sell food in order to have more foreign exchange. Because the government was forced to pay back its loans and debt, we had to sell the only assets that we had, and that was food.
The famine has affected Malawi because there was no maize. You know, we Africans, we are used to eat sima from maize, especially we Malawians. So by then there was no maize. Only people few, they have money, they are the people, they afford to go and buy rice and some of the food. But those people, they don't have money. There are those people, they are starving, begging. Some of them, they are dying.
And some pregnant women, they could even deliver their babies on the line waiting to buy food. So it was kind of a disaster by then. That was 2001.
Actually, I, as a farmer, I was not affected because I stay at the farm. I manage my own personal farm. So I had, more maize, which I also assisted more people.
After the debt cancellation, obligations towards loan repayment were minimized in such a way that the government was able now to keep its food. Because of the same debt cancellation, I think the government is able now to channel a lot of resources towards social services, including the giving out of subsidized fertilizers or subsidized farm inputs to local farmers.
Malawi is the only country in this region. I think out of all the countries in Africa, there are only 8 countries that are following the Maputo Declaration of spending a minimum of 10% of the budget allocation in agriculture. And because Malawi has been following that for the last 4 years by instituting a farm input subsidy program and helping smallholder farmers to get seed and fertilizer and crop protection chemicals, we have been able to help smallholder farmers to produce enough, not only for themselves, but also to sell.
If we talk of food security in Malawi, it has drastically changed the whole system of living in the villages, because almost each and every individual farmer is getting more maize through this program of government subsidy, fertilizer subsidy.
I think Malawi has enough food because of the, I can say, subsidy, the one they are introduced it from our president, Bingwa Mtalika. So it's everyone now have food because you can receive the coupon, you go and buy it for 500, you have fertilizer. And a lot of people, they are surviving from this.
Speaking as myself, not on behalf of NASFAM, the debt cancellation in 2006 was a big boost to Malawi. And I think that is the reason that as a country, we've been able to allocate more in agriculture. And definitely we've seen improvements in infrastructure, for example, roads, bridges, and I think that is one of the direct results of the debt cancellation. Our president, the Professor Bingwa Mtalika, has indicated that Malawi has to stop being an importing and consuming country. It should become a producing and exporting country. And that is what we are all trying to achieve, that vision, that Malawi should not continue to depend on others to feed us. And because of that policy, for the last 4 or 5 years, Malawi has been able to feed itself and even export maize to other countries that are neighboring us.
And we believe the World Bank, IMF's policies did contribute negatively to the food security in Malawi. Since the World Bank and IMF has softened its conditions and that Malawi is no longer obliged to pay this debt, you can see we've got a lot of food in these silos. And we believe that Malawians will no longer die of hunger.
Debt repayment is not fair if the social services are not there for the people of Malawi.